All your expenses can be refunded tenfold, but only can last for one day. How much money can you earn at most? You playing games in the bedroom. A system alert sound came in the mind. Congratulations on binding the 24-hour Shenhao system. From now on, any of your expenses will be rewarded with a 10x cashback. 24 hours later, system automatically unbinds. Next, your mind just saw a countdown. At this moment, your brain starts to run at high speed, 10 times refund. My total belongings are just over $20. You directly topped up 200 inbound for yourself. The next moment, a message from mobile banking popped up. 20,000 inbounds is transferred to your commercial bank savings card. Balance 20,020. Sure enough, it works. Being amazed, but hands still busy. Want to make money is actually quite simple. Without saying a word, first transfer 20,000 renminbi to your friend Chen Shui. Instantly receive a rebate of 200,000 renminbi. Chen Shui sends a question mark, but you are too busy to respond. Instead, continue to transfer 200,000 bonds to Chen Shui. Immediately get a cashback of 2 million ROM. The next moment, Chen Shui directly called. You are in a rental house, so answer the phone directly. Should wear headphones. Does not affect your operation. What's going on with you? What did you do with 220,000? Where did you get so much money? Chen Shui's shocked voice came over the phone. Your hands are not stopping. Start clearing all kinds of debts for yourself. Don't worry about that. Didn't I borrow 10,000 from you before? He'll pay you back now. I'm busy right now. We'll talk later. Chen Shui roared loudly, who borrowed 10,000 and repaid 220,000. Loan sharks are not even this ruthless. What are you up to? Your hands are flying fast, getting closer to repayment. You also want to spend a large amount quickly for cashback. But you need to know one thing. Many times, an ordinary person doesn't have that many channels. Usually, channels must first build a foundation. Then you can have the capital for large expenses. About this flash thing, I'll explain it to you later. By the way, don't you owe tens of thousands of debts? Take it for repayment. Don't dawdle. Once you have the ability, of course, you should help out a brother first. And also earn some cash back while spending. But don't dare spend too much. This brother can't bear it. Taking into consideration your trust, Chen Shui said, okay, I will go to repay the loan first. Call me when you have time. After speaking, he hung up the phone. However, in just 3 minutes, you have repaid all the online loans and credit cards, entering 2 million and adding 300,000, a rebate of 3 million. You now have 4.7 million in your bank account. This friend is the only one. The rest are mere acquaintances, not worth helping. Currently, there is nothing worth spending on. Naturally, you would go to high-consumption places. You quickly went downstairs, hailed a taxi. As soon as you got in the car, you said to the driver, go to the Ferrari store on Jiangguo Road. With money, of course, you want to buy a house and a car. Such large expenses, although rebates are faster. In the taxi, you quickly downloaded electronic music, Shark, Tiger, and other live streaming platforms. You don't watch those anchors. Instead, you first deposited 4 million into the electronic music platform. Deposit 4 million in. Instantly received 0 million in rebates. Without hesitation, you added another 6 million. Ultimately, received 60,000 in rebates. Now in your bank card lies 94.7 million. 13 yuan per platform. You dare not deposit too much, afraid of attracting attention. You replicate this strategy on the Shark and Tiger platforms. Very well, 2-in-1. Rebate success. Glanced at the taxi driver's unhurried appearance. Without saying a word, scanned the payment code, said to the driver, I am in a hurry now. Hurry over as fast as you can. I will transfer 500 to you now. As soon as the driver heard this, he immediately sat up straight. Said, buckle up, today I'll show you what it means to be a mountain pass car god. In an instant, the speed of the car increased, and you immediately lost 50 yuan. Rebate of 50,000. In just less than half an hour, you have already swiped close to 3 billion. For ordinary people, 3 billion is more than enough to live comfortably. But you are not satisfied. When someone has 100 yuan, he will want 200 yuan. When someone has 10,000 yuan, he will want 20,000. Human greed knows no boundaries. At first, swiping a few thousand or even tens of thousands made you excited. But in just a short while, you have swiped close to 3 billion. You don't even know your current goal. Under the master's crazy driving, about 20 minutes later, we arrived at the entrance of the Ferrari storefront. You got out of the car and quickly walked into the store. Before you could say anything, a female salesperson approached and said, "Hello, sir. Welcome to the Ferrari sales branch. Do you have a specific car model in mind?" You shook your head and said no, but you can briefly introduce the current car exhibition. I'll take a look right away. The female salesperson glanced at your outfit, dressed like an ordinary person, wearing clothes that probably cost no more than $10 in total. She spoke, "Sir, can you take a look at the cars here? This is Ferrari 612. Current price is 5.7 million. Before he could finish, you just cut in and say not so detailed. Just swipe this card and then find me a few more items. I will swipe all." The salesman looks at you with his mouth spitting. The rich and noble of this world. Today it's my turn too. Before he could finish his daydream, it stops right here. Do you have Ferrari 812? Ferrari 12, Ferrari 599, Ferrari 488, Ferrari 90, Ferrari 458. These Ferrari models. You quickly mentioned 7 car models, which shocked the salesperson. But his professionalism made him quickly come to realize, "Sir, not all of them may be available here. Some may need to be sourced from elsewhere." You nod and say, "The 8 cars I just mentioned, plus this 612 one, I won't bother with the options. Just choose all the high-end configurations. Color-wise, the main focus is on red and black. Just give me a direct quote." The female salesperson looked at you, wanting to say something more, but you frowned. "Please hurry up with the process. I'm a bit in a hurry." The female salesperson immediately brought a calculator. She tapped away on it noisily, calculating. The prices of the cars are all base prices. But if you want it ready to drive, there are additional costs like insurance and other fees. In total, all the vehicles amount to 53.5 million. So close to 3 billion at the moment in money. You don't have time to negotiate. One by one. So you opened your mouth and said, "That's it. These are all the same 4 sets, total 5 sets, with the same configuration, a total of 1.75 million. You have over 270 million in your card. It's just enough to swipe out. Whether you can use it is another matter. But first, swiping money is the main thing. At worst, in the future, hang out, pick up girls, take a taxi, and hang out with girls. It's much simpler now." The female salesperson is completely confused. She's not unfamiliar with rich people who buy Ferraris, but like you, buying luxury cars like buying cabbages. This is quite scary. Just multiply the numbers above by 5. Seeing the amount on the calculator, the female salesperson felt dizzy and dazzled. "Oh my, that's over 2 billion. Just like that, it's gone." You don't care at all. Yourself, how big an impact you have brought to this female salesperson. You continue to ask, "Is there laugh?" The female salesperson with a blank expression subconsciously shakes her head. "I'm sorry, sir. Laugh is a limited edition. The global sales have already been completed, unless you can buy it from someone else. There is also some regret. It seems that quality cannot be obtained." You pull out a bank card and say, "To swipe the card, in theory, for such an ordinary bank card, the daily spending limit is limited, but in the system, with just one finger, can press down the counterfeit money of this world. This rule is easily manipulated." With a successful swiping sound, the saleswoman's eyes look at you with a hint of jealousy. Luxury cars like Ferrari really have very few customers every day, so almost all the idle female salespeople came over, hang up, can have intimate contact with this rich second generation. Casual clothes, in their eyes, also became a low-key synonym. 2 billion plus were spent. Instantly rebated back 2.67 billion, including what was left before. You now have close to 2.7 billion in cash. A total of 40 cars. You sign next to each one. This thing is an unavoidable process. A group of salespeople surround you. Even the manager comes over to serve you tea and water, nodding and bowing. You look like even my own father didn't get so angry afterwards. Right now, the female salesperson who was there at the beginning said nervously, "Mr. Chu, I would like to remind you again, all these vehicles will be delivered. It will take about half a year, because some are being transferred from other places in the country, and some are from overseas. The time varies." As she talked while being involved, she casually said, "It doesn't matter, just deliver one vehicle to me at a time. I can wait." Hearing this, the salesperson relaxed. This is also over 200 million orders. Just the commission is so much, he dare not even think about it. Although the commission is important, but how can it be as important as the young master in front of him? Not to mention anything else. Even if you become someone's lover, just a little bit is enough for your lifetime of glory and wealth. If it were in the past, as an ordinary person, of course you would still be interested to interact with these beautiful women. But now, there is only 24 hours left. More than an hour has already passed. You simply don't have time to consider. Don't consider too much. Any beautiful woman should step aside for me at this stage. Suddenly placed on the table, the phone rang. It's a strange local number. You frowned and said, "Help me answer it hands-free." You were in a hurry to sign. How could you care? The female salesperson immediately answered the call, then turned on the loudspeaker. The voice amplified. "Hello, may I speak to Mr. Chu?" A middle-aged man's voice came from the phone. You were very sure that you had never heard this person's voice before. You casually said that I am poor. Who are you? That tone is very polite. "Hello, Mr. Chu. I am Zhao Qian, the president of a commercial bank. There is a record of overseas transfer on your savings card at my bank. You occupy a huge amount of deposits in my bank. My bank is now honored to invite you to become our esteemed client, to bring you a lot of convenience and help. 26 billion, although your phone is just a regular cell phone, but the call sound clear enough for everyone on the scene to hear. From the cleaning staff to the female salesperson, all dumbfounded. How much is this? Especially the one who introduces vehicles to you. Just now still felt that 200 million was terrifying. Now hearing these, more than 20 billion, even more shocked. And for the upgrade of this, more concerned about the power of the bank. To know in this place called China, the power of banks is very strong. The bank has cooperated with many aspects until now. I used to be an ordinary person without that channel, but the bank can help itself. Hello, Director Zhao. Things will not be discussed at the moment. I would like to ask Manager Zhao for a favor. Zhao Chen was very polite. Mr. Chu, you just need to give orders. Don't be so polite. The source of money must be normal. It's income from foreign stocks, funds, and investments. Completely legal. No problem at all. That's why he called. You continue saying, I want to buy a house, either a large flat or a mansion. I don't know the style, long, whether there is such a convenient relationship. Need it now, not just one suite. If it's appropriate, I can make the payment immediately. Zhao Qian didn't hesitate. Sir Chu, please wait a few minutes for me. I'll contact you right away. After hanging up the phone, the female salespeople next to him all dared not to speak. If you only have a few billion, they dare to fantasize about marrying into a wealthy family. But now you have tens of billions, or even just a part. This is not a city they can touch. At this moment, after you've signed the contract, casually said, is there any car available to drive away now? Causing difficulties for the salesperson. Mr. Chu Yu to all the vehicles are optional. We also need to add configuration. These things are all set up. When you go to see, it should be at 3 p.m. this afternoon. This is already a very fast speed. You will receive immediately. Call me, regardless of which car comes out at 3 p.m. Also help me add cream. And if there is a license plate, a regular license plate is fine on the insole. I have something else to deal with. We'll go first. Under the warm embrace of the manager and a group of salespeople, you left the store. Just out of the store, I received a call from Zhao Qian. Mr. Chu, hello. I just contacted for you. Currently, many people are willing to sell. What do you think? Taking a deep breath, you said, "Where is our bank? Can you make an appointment for me? It's already noon at 12 o'clock. If possible, I hope to meet them at Guihang at 3 p.m. In the meantime, I might need to use Gai Hang's office. I'm sorry, I'm in a hurry." I hope Bank Zhang can understand. Zhang immediately said, "Mr. Chu, where do you come from is not troublesome. Not troublesome at all. Many times, what makes us suffer is not the external difficulties or challenges. It is also my honor. I'll make an appointment for them right away." You said satisfactorily. Then ill trouble manager Zhao paused and you continued. "Oh, by the way, does manager Zhao know some private yacht, private aircraft manufacturers or sellers?" Manager Zhao immediately said, "Mr. Chu, please rest assured. Our commercial bank has a very high-end VIP service. We can meet all your needs." Secretly delighted. "In that case, please ask President Zhao to help arrange an appointment for me. Let's meet this afternoon." Zhao Qian readily agreed. Hung up the phone. You breathed a sigh of relief. For these super luxurious expenses, you really don't have much. Just focus on buying houses and cars, private yachts and private jets. You are not very familiar with more. After all, you have never been in contact with them before. The appointment is in the afternoon, but you still need to go to other stores to buy a car. Other families buy cars to continue making money. Luckily, this street has other luxury car brand stores, not over 500 meters. You just walked into a Porsche dealership. You haven't had a chance to speak. Immediately, there is a manager leading a group of salespeople. "Welcome up." Passionate beyond measure. You look confused. "What's going on?" Approach. The manager very respectfully said, "Hello, Mr. Chu. I am the manager here, Wang Bi. Welcome. You don't know about Porsche." Just like in these 2 minutes when you go out to answer the phone, Ferrari salesperson has already posted this in the group. Now all the luxury car brand stores on the entire street know that a super rich person has arrived here, spending close to 300 million to buy 7 models of Ferrari. But it doesn't affect their impression of you. Super rich people, which family's wealthy person buys cars like this? So when you walk to the door, Wani immediately sees and greets the salesperson. Everyone rushed up, although you do not understand, but still ask me to confirm. Is there a Porsche 911 here? Porsche 918. Porsche. Unfamiliar with the models and prices of Porsches as a whole are relatively, however, compared to Ferrari, your choices are not that many. As for those cheaper ones, you are also not interested in buying. Buying takes up space. Wang Li quickly said, "Mr. Chu, we don't have so many cars in stock here. I need you to set up." You snapped your fingers. Talking about it, just arrange directly. Got it. You are already very familiar with the operation at Ferrari. Just go straight to all the options. Match all in the most suitable colors. The configuration should be top-notch. No need to ask me. Next to Wang Li, the calculator has been prepared long ago. Mentally hit the calculator button, and then say, "Hello, Mr. Chu. These cars, according to your options, total to 500,000 on the road, including 2 models of the 918, another 911, and a Cola." You wave your hand. Set it all. 5 sets with the same configuration. You didn't say a word, took out the bank card and swiped it. With a quick beep, swipe successful, Wang Li almost shivered and weakened. After all, the global economic situation is not good now. It's really hard to sell high-end consumer goods like these. Your extravagant consumption shocked every salesperson present. Skillfully quickly sign on the contract. In less than an hour, you left in the midst of a group of flatterers. Porsche swallow, as far as he knows. There is also a Lamborghini store and a Maserati store on this street. You did the math. After shopping at these 2 stores, it's about time to go to the bank. Although it's already past 12 o'clock, it's time for lunch. But you have no intention of eating. What a joke. Is it time to eat now? It's hard to distinguish between them. 200 meters later, arriving at the Lamborghini store, the same operation is staged again. In the end, you chose the Lamborghini Mi. The total price of the Lamborghini Imi is close to 400,000. Still 5 sets. a total of 200 million. Finally, 4.9 billion becomes 4.7 billion. Then a rebate of 200 billion becomes 6.7 billion. 200,000 as usual. Sign the contract and leave. No time to deal with other things. The next shortage is the Maserati store. Although Maserati is relatively cheap compared to the first 3 brands, it's still a good choice for dating or gifting. Maserati. CEO. Martha 20 Martha. Martha Co-Limited has a total of 5 million yuan in chai deposits. You waved your hand, 5 sets as before, totaling 750 million. Bonus of 700 million. Your payment of 500,000 has already been credited to 7.4 billion. Coming out of the store, standing on the roadside, you stretched lazily, moving your hands and feet. Among these stores, the most time wasted by you is waiting for contracts and signing licenses. As for car models and options, it's not a 3-minute job. As for those pretty sales girls, you never have time to care. When can't you flirt with girls? It's not like you won't live till tomorrow, right? But your rebate activity really can't last till tomorrow. After 10 o'clock in the morning, which is more important, you naturally know. Glanced at the time. It's already 2 o'clock now. Don't want to waste any more time. You casually bought a few hamburgers from the nearby store, then took a taxi to the bank. After all, the commercial bank is the official bank. Its Xincheng headquarters building is indeed grand. Approaching 3 o'clock, you arrived at the entrance of the commercial bank. You picked up the phone and made a call. Less than a minute. A fact came quickly walking over inside to be empty. Middle-aged person, wearing formal suit and leather shoes. See you. He warmly stepped forward and said, "Hello, Mr. Chu. I am Zhao Qian, the president of a commercial bank. Welcome your arrival. You are also very polite," said. Zhao is too polite. Let's go in and talk. Zhao Qian is looking at the hamburger you are holding that has not been finished yet. Paused for a moment. Mr. said, "How about we have a meal first? I'm afraid you'll be hungry." Waved his hand, indicating no need. "I'm in a hurry." "Forget it." Mr. Zhao is a bit worried. "Let me arrange for someone below to bring you a meal nearby right away. What do you think? Don't delay yourself. Something simple will do. Thank you, whether it's troublesome or not." While saying this, the two of them walked in together. There are more people coming now, because you have made appointments with many people. Zhao's office cannot accommodate so many people, so he simply sat in the meeting room. Zhao personally pours tea for you. Then he mentioned Mr. Chu. "Your reserved guests are all here." A brief introduction afterwards. You look around, politely said sorry everyone in this way. Invite everyone over. Mainly, I'm short of time, so let's just invite like this. However, I believe that in the upcoming conversation, everyone will be very satisfied. Everyone is a business veteran. Naturally won't get angry over such a trivial matter. Not to mention, before they came, they were already informed about the money. This person is a super rich individual with extremely terrifying cash flow. In the current environment, many wealthy bosses seem to be rich, but actually most of them have fixed assets or funds, stocks, and so on. There are really not many wealthy individuals with strong cash flow. That's why they also come with great enthusiasm. First, to buy a house. You nod to a few people, saying, "Please, those who have prepared documents, kindly pass them to me." Immediately, 7 people present the prepared documents. There are more than 30 sets in total. Both large apartment and villas are available. You read very quickly. Mainly look at the environment and price. These houses are all from our real estate project. The price is high. It's not affordable for ordinary people. For example, the cheapest large apartment here, it costs at least 20,000 per square meter. The smallest one is also over 200 to 300 square meters. It took you a full hour to finish reading all this information. When you looked up, there was already a fast food meal placed next to you. It's rice and vegetables. You put down the information, not caring about the image issue at all, but opened your mouth to ask if I buy your houses. Are there any additional discounts and benefits? A few people looked at each other and started talking about their own rental benefits. Basically, what each family offers is waiving various property management fees, water and electricity fees for 3 years, and also offering a parking space. Then, there is also the gift of 10 whole house cleanings in 3 years. You roughly calculated the cheapest large flat on the market is $6 million, while the most expensive villa surprisingly costs $8 billion, a total of 32 large flats and villas. 25 large apartments. Total price of $4.3 billion. With $7.4 billion in hand, you naturally have no worries. Instead, you are very happy. After all, this time you can directly cash back $43 billion, but due to the large amount, the system will split it into 3 batches for you, because they came in a hurry. They only prepared information about houses and villas. They didn't expect to finalize the deal in one go. Usually they discuss ideas first before visiting the site. Who could have expected such a person in front of them? They didn't bring the contract that could be signed by just looking at the pictures. But it doesn't matter. A phone call goes through, and immediately someone quickly delivers such a big order. It must be sent urgently on that end. Then looking at the adjacent merchants, the yacht representative merchant said, the Krishna merchants immediately took out the information, politely placing it in front of you with both hands. With the experience of buying a house before, they are already very sure that it's a big shot. How could they dare to neglect such a big shot? They have to stand respectfully. After looking at the information, pointing to the 3 yachts in the materials, I like all 3 of them. I want all of them. In addition, I want to customize one. Upon hearing your words, first there was a joy, then he said, Mr. Chu, rest assured, there is nothing we can't make for you. You nod in satisfaction, and then quickly state your requirements. The 3 quickly write down notes on their phones. Half an hour later, you said that the requirements are quite difficult. The 3 companies compete to see who can take on this project. At this time, the real estate contract was also brought. You immediately start signing. Give 3 yacht dealers some time at the same time. Not only that, you took the plane's information again, looked at a few data, you frowned. Said truthful, you not very satisfied. But this one can't either. Because the cost of private planes is very high. Generally, there is no existing inventory. All are reserved. You immediately mentioned your own requirements. Let several people go to contact the manufacturers behind them. Private planes have many requirements. You speak on one side, the crowd takes notes on the other side. Afterwards, it's fast to contact the manufacturer behind the scenes. Zhao Qian next to him watches in a dreamlike state. To be honest, as a strict discipline chief, Zhao Qian considers himself knowledgeable, but he feels like he's truly broadened his horizons today. Even when buying groceries at the market, he still needs to inquire about the prices. You are buying such expensive things. It's like randomly picking up a thorn. Is it really worth it? After signing the contract, the yacht dealer also released the results, handed over to one of the companies to customize it for you. The private yacht you want to customize. It is him. Quickly checked some vehicles on the phone in the taxi. Then, based on the situation of the 3 existing yachts, combined with custom-made, the overall price is as high as $2.5 billion. Even if you look around the world, it's still extremely expensive. The contract immediately arranged for someone to send it over. Then, based on the existing contract, make modifications, finally signed, and directly transferred all $25 billion. Next is to wait for the manufacturer to deliver in 9 months. In addition, there are 3 yachts from that county just now. This is another $400 million. No more words. Sign the contract and swipe the card. Swipe the card for buying houses and buying yachts. After completion, the total amount of funds will soar to 722. If you need, you can withdraw all. These are all cash. For the wealthy circle, you are that top-tier presence and customization of yachts. This is also a challenge for the manufacturer. Because the yacht you want to customize, whether it's size or configuration, it's all world-class. Fortunately, their manufacturers are also quite powerful. Looking at the domestic market, it's also top-notch to be able to take on this big order. In this industry, indeed, it is closed for 3 years, open for 3 years. And this time you spend $25 billion Direct rebate, 250 billion. Your liquidity is already quite large. Dealing with the issues of buying houses and yachts. Next is the private jet. After several airlines discussed, finally taken by China Eastern Airlines. Your customization requirements are also high-end and complex. Overall, even with rush delivery, it will take a year and a half. Usually it takes 3 to 4 years. This time is already quite urgent. Ensure quality, but you don't care. You only care about big spending. According to the international top luxury private jet standards, and the final price is 3.5 billion. I don't know if this price can break the world record, but you know, the airline staff in front of you have already become numb. All the signed contracts today. You won't worry about anyone daring to make a move. At this moment, in the eyes of representatives from all sides, you're a super wealthy person with a very powerful family background, holding vast wealth. Against such a huge force, they are not that foolish. Only by serving well such big shots can they earn more. So on the contrary, they need to protect your interests. In this way, they can bring themselves more profits. This is the bundling of interests. After all moved to card swiping, your funds finally broke through the billion mark, a total of 13.7 billion. Also, it's the first time to rush back and report. After returning, he must immediately pay attention to this super customer. After everyone left, it was already past 7 o'clock in the evening. You rubbed your head. To be honest, starting from 10 o'clock in the morning until now, you are really tired, just thinking in the afternoon. Negotiating and signing are exhausting. Zhao said to you, Mr. Chu, you seem quite tired too. How about this? Give me a chance. I'll treat you to a meal. Take a break. You're not as robotic this time. After all, you have 101 and luxurious cars and villas. Private fritters, private airplanes are all available in this lifetime. You can lie down casually and be chic until death. You took a sip of water and spoke of leaving. Then let's go. Zhao Qian's attitude is very low, although he is a bank president, but he is only local. Even if Xincheng is the second largest city in the country after Beijing, in the end, it is just a local place, just one of them, and very clear about whether he can move up. Maybe hope lies in this princess bodyguard. With just this one person, it's more than enough to achieve all the performance, as long as I serve you well. Even if he doesn't do any business, no need to consider performance issues. You got up and said, Director Zhao, where is the bathroom? I want to wash my hands. Sit for the whole afternoon. You haven't got up at all. You must be desperate to use the bathroom. Zhao Qian immediately took you to the bathroom. Watching you go in, he quickly took out his phone and made a call, waiting for you to come out. Zhao Qian smiled warmly. Mr. Chu, we are looking for you. Casually said, let's go. It is worth mentioning, in the afternoon, Ferrari came to deliver the car to you. You just took a simple look and accepted the car. At this moment, stepping out of the door, looking at the Ferrari 90 in front of you is quite cool. The red body of the car is like a flame. Whether it's the interior or exterior, you are very satisfied. Under the lead of Zhao Qian, the two of them came to a private kitchen. What makes you curious is only the two of them. Zhao Qian deliberately asked for the largest private room. All the chives were ordered by you. Zhao Qian did not even look at them. Just say, as this gentleman said. Continue from there. After sitting down, it's formally starting the conversation. You sip tea while mentioning the curse. I want to ask, are there any aspects that are more expensive? Spending money, Zhao Qian was a bit surprised. This gentleman bought so much today. Isn't it enough yet? After a slight contemplation, he said, for example, buying some famous watches, collecting art pieces, high-end jewelry. These are relatively large expenses. Do you have any other investments? Zhao Qian frowned. If it's about spending money, then investing is spending money quickly. Right, investing. Your eyes light up. You didn't understand this before. Naturally, you need to ask properly. President Zhang, are there any companies in need of investment now? I would like to take a look. If there is a chance, maybe can support a few investment projects. This is simple, and there are too many companies in need of investment. He immediately said, Mr. Chu has many in this regard. So many industries across the country require investment. You nod slightly, saying, since that's the case, can you help me take a look at the industry? Film and television, entertainment, internet media, medical care, pharmaceuticals, education and training. These areas are all possible. Check to see if there are any companies lacking investment. Of course, the companies cannot be too bad. Otherwise, what if there is no future? Of course, this is said on purpose. As long as you invest casually, it's all about making a profit. The money will come, flooding back. Mr. Chu, rest assured, after I finish dinner, I will contact you promptly. As the president of the bank, many companies want to borrow money. He is very clear about this. Suitable for buying watches, jewelry, and artworks, spending tens of millions, even billions, while investments may easily reach tens of billions. Comparing the two, of course, this is profitable. The two men quickly reached an agreement. However, Mr. Zhao also made his own request. If possible, I hope Mr. Chu can deposit money in my bank for performance. He naturally wants to win over this client. You see Zhao Qian smile slightly. Mr. Zhao, eggs should not be put in the same basket. You must understand that. So, my entire savings cannot all be placed here. But I can assure you, Mr. Zhao must have the most here. Reciprocity. Old Zhao has done his best. By doing this small favor, you naturally help him. Zhao Qian doesn't need much. If he has 10 billion, he can complete his annual task. After dinner, it's about past 9 o'clock. You glanced at the time. When it comes to Manager Zhao, he'll trouble you with the contact. Mr. Zhao was very polite and said, Mr. Chu, don't mention it. It's our bank's honor. You have gradually got used to others' politeness and respect. And then added, I also want to buy a building. I wonder if there is any owner here willing to sell. Mr. Zhao hesitated for a moment. Said, Mr. Chu, buying a commercial building, that price is indeed not cheap. If you want to buy, I have to contact and ask carefully, and am afraid there aren't many willing to sell. Although Zhao Qian doesn't understand why you are in such a hurry, but putting customers first is the primary principle. He glanced around, suddenly thought of something. Said, right, Mr. Chu, there is a newly built, unused large door in Wuguo. Hey, you said indifferently, I can arrange for renovation and construction. Zhao Qian immediately took out his phone and said, hey, when you say so, I actually know one. Your eyes lit up. Curiously asked which one. Look for the number while making money. While mentioned a few years ago, a company invited me to loan, built a twin tower, 2 buildings together inside. Living is quite complicated, including commercial offices and hotels, residential and other multiple-use design templates, but just completed last month. Currently heard that the interior is still under renovation, just not very clear in detail. You shook your head and said, I don't want to rent. I want to buy directly. You can ask me for the design photos. If it is appropriate, I can buy it directly. The money point nodded and then made a phone call. This is the power of the bank. As a state-owned bank in the Divine Empire, the resources they can mobilize and control are quite huge. All industries have their own designs. The phone connected quickly. Zhao Qian pressed the speakerphone button and placed the phone on the table. Zhao Heng said hello. At this point calling, is there something important? A middle-aged man's voice came from the phone. Zhao Qian laughed and said, Xiaozong, I called you today also on behalf of someone. I want to ask you something. Xiaozong curiously asked, on behalf of someone, who and what? Zhao Qian laughed and said, how are your 2 buildings? Xiaozong immediately said, Lao Zhao, you want to press for money. Give it a try, hey? Don't worry, I will get it done quickly, and you can use it. By then, the rent can be used to repay you. Don't rush. The style of borrowing money will change. I don't mean that. Selling, showing obvious signs of swelling, caught off guard. Said after a pause, I'm not very willing to sell, because both buildings, whether in the surrounding environment or overall design, are very good. I also want to make some money. Zhuoqian said loudly, hey, I have a very powerful client here. I was thinking of introducing him. If you don't sell, it's okay. Xiaozong quickly said, wait a moment, very powerful. What level is it? Zhao Qian mysteriously said, I won't reveal the details to you. All I can say is someone can pay in full to buy 2 buildings from you. Upon hearing this, Xiao Zheng hesitated visibly. 2 buildings are very expensive, especially in this city where land is scarce. It would take time to earn back the cost through rent, and then the money earned would have to be used to repay the bank. It will also take quite some time to save up enough money for the next phase of the plan. If the funds can be quickly recovered, that would be great. After some thought, he said, "Let's meet with old Zhao tomorrow to discuss this." At this moment, what did you whisper in Zhao's ear? Zhao Qian continued to say to General Xiao, "The other party told me, if you can talk tonight, tomorrow he will. Tomorrow morning before 10 o'clock, we can still talk." After 10 o'clock, he looked for another place. Xiaozong immediately became anxious, not Lao Zhao. "You are kidding me. Who buys a house like this? Who bought the building like this? One night down, don't kidding, no sincerity." Zhao said slowly, "I can only tell you." The customer, throughout the day, nearly 10 billion in cash was spent. Upon hearing this, hesitated. 100 billion in cash, without saying anything else. Being able to produce 100 billion in cash really shows strength. The other party wouldn't joke around with him either. But why the hurry? It can be settled in one night. Mr. Xiao was full of doubts in his heart. Buying a property is not that easy. It's all about observation and comparison, asking around in the hometown, negotiating after comparison, and paying a down payment like this. Is this person playing by unconventional rules? But no way. The other party is too rich. Xiao always weighs in and says so. "I'll call you back in an hour." "Okay," Zhao Xuan said, after hanging up the phone, "okay? You rubbed your head. There's also the investment aspect." Zhao Hang suggested that we send out a mass text to see if any family needs investment. You now have trillions in assets. You can't just let it sit there. You have to take it out and get some returns. Even without returns, investing is still a good choice. Maybe make some money. Making money is not vague on the phone. Edited a very polite message. Roughly means, a new important client is currently added to this line. Abundantly rich. Interested in investing in various industries. Anyone who has cooperation intentions and lacks investment can contact. The information has just been sent out. Not even 10 seconds passed. Zhao Chan's phone rang. Zhao Heng's voice on the other end was urgent. Zhao Chan smiled inexplicably, took apart the external speaker, then he exclaimed, "Oh my, isn't this Director Wang? What's up?" Director Wang calmed his tone a bit. Then he said, "Just now I saw Director Zhao's message. I don't know." Director Zhao firmly said to me, "This is true, and now we are together." Director Wang's breath quickened a bit. Then he said, "It's so late to visit and check out the influence. Tomorrow morning, I want to visit in person." Director Zhao saw your figure and said, "At 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, come to my office. Bring your materials and contracts." Mr. Wang surprisingly said, "Thank you very much, Mr. Zhao Executive." "Thank you very much, Mr. Zhao Executive." The news of raising money seems to have thrown a piece of meat with heavy bloodstains into the sea. Countless sharks smelled the scent and came over. In less than an hour, Mr. Zhao received at least more than 20 phone calls. All of them are for cooperation and investment. There are also many people who couldn't get through on the phone. They directly messaged Mr. Zhao. An hour later, Mr. Zhao's call also came. "Mr. Zhao Executive, let's discuss it. The building can be sold, but the contract has been signed before. Then we can't do anything. We can only let the other party handle it. You made a gesture of no problem," Zhao Qian said at the previous meeting. "No problem. Tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, in the meeting room of my bank, bring all the materials and contracts over." The two were polite for a few more words before hanging up the phone. Looking at the many messages on the phone, Zhao Qian sighed and said, "Mr. Tu, are you sure about so many? You don't mind?" He said, "To tell them, anyone who is free tonight can contact me. Those who are not free tonight can meet before 9 a.m. tomorrow. No need to come after 9, because I have other things to do after 10. Don't look for me if you're busy. Although I don't know what you are up to." But this is not something he should ask. So Zhao Qian never mentioned this. After Zhao Qian sent the message to everyone, then checked the time, It was already 11 o'clock. Carrying a bit of tiredness, said, "How about we change the place? Think about it. This restaurant will close soon. It's also good to change the venue. You are now extremely energetic. Want to make money, not tired at all." Zhao Qian thought for a moment, said to Mr. Chu, "Let me take you to a place." Found a designated driver. Zhao Qian quickly took you, arrived at the entrance of a private club. As they walked, Zhao Qian said, "Mr. Chu, this is also a private club opened by a boss. The bathing, resting, and massage inside are all very good. There is no quiet place. It's just right to discuss the matter later." Under the guidance of Zhao Qin, you arrived at room 666. Once the two individuals enter, just realize there are already 7 or 8 people inside. The room is quite spacious. It's a suite. Outside is a small meeting room. There is also a bedroom. At first sight you came, Zhao Qian immediately introduced and said, "The main guest has arrived. Mr. Chu, let me introduce you. This is him, this is Mr. Chu. Also, the group is preparing to entertain distinguished guests tonight. Mr. Chu Ho, everyone is greeting you one after another. Although you are not old, but in their eyes, this is the god of wealth." Zhao Qian is also smiling and waiting on the side. Although you don't know much about this aspect, but the prospects and future of some industries you can also see, such as medical education. These industries will never collapse. In the end, your investment involved around dozens of companies. Corporate groups, you invested a total of 30 billion. Of course, you also gained 30 billion. The rebate continued until 3 or 4 in the morning. Before all the representatives left, you rarely get a break. But you haven't slept for long. Money woke you up. "Mr. Chu, we should go to the bank." And also a few representatives we arranged to meet. This is normal too. Not everyone can immediately prepare all the documents. It can be foreseen that today will be another busy morning. But fighting for money, you suddenly feel energetic, with 2 dark circles under your eyes. You and Zhao Qian quickly arrived at the conference room of the commercial bank. Mr. Xiao also brought a bunch of materials with his secretary. Arrived here, you took a glance, if really to look through all these materials in order, not to mention just 2 or 3 hours like this. Even 2 or 3 days wouldn't be enough. You took the materials, only looked at the key parts, such as how many lease contracts have been signed, such as construction costs, proportion of equity sale price design, and so on. Then you quickly skimmed through it and spent half an hour, and that's just looking at a few key sentences. Skip the rest directly. You looked at Manager Xiao, instantly said, "I'll take it." You plan to develop this into your own stronghold. This way, there can't be a situation where it's rented out. You acquired these 2 large buildings at a main price of 30 billion, directly getting a rebate of 10 billion. In addition to this, you temporarily represent here in various ways a total investment of 20 billion. At 9:50, you finish signing all contracts, then find a reason to go to the restroom. A few minutes later, a notification sound from the system comes to your mind. 24 hours have passed. The system will automatically unbind. Wish the host a happy and joyful time. You know that the system can't stay forever. You said with a complicated expression, "Then I wish you a smooth journey." After saying that, the system slowly disappeared like wallpaper. You sighed sadly, adjusted your emotions, and went back to the office. On this day, 24 hours, with the help of the system, you swiped a total of 823.7 billion, and all of it is cash assets. That can be withdrawn for expenses at any time, suitable for fixed assets. Those dozens of villas and large penthouses, as well as hundreds of luxury cars, private jets and yachts. Investments from nearly 100 companies, and those 2 large buildings. Just based on these things, if one day you really come to a dead end, take all the credit for these, can still have several 100 billion. All the contracts have been signed. You return to the office. Representatives from all companies have already left. They have received their investments, feeling they have a lot to do. Looking at Zhao Qian, rubbed his head and said, "Mr. Zhao, you've worked hard. After finishing things here, I have other matters to attend to. I go first." Zhao immediately said about the storage seed matter. Too busy is also necessary. I send you farewell to Zhao-chan. You first returned to your rental apartment. Prepare to tidy things up. There's actually nothing to tidy up. It's just some bedding. Just some regular clothes. These bad places. Just buy a new one. You called the landlord Uncle. I, Master Zhang, am ready to terminate the lease. Uncle Zhang heard these words. Immediately said Little Chu, is it more difficult recently? It's okay, Uncle Zhang. The rent here is not urgent. You can stay here first. Got paid. That's good. You can rent outside. The house prices there are more expensive than here. Not worth it. You get excited. Uncle Zhang is a good landlord. Likes lively atmosphere even at an older age. Good personality, often extends or reduces rent for tenants in difficulties. You smiled and said it's not. Uncle Zhang, I bought a house. I will have my own house in the future. Uncle Zhang looked a little surprised. It seems like you have made a fortune, kid. Sure, now that you have your own home, I won't stop you either. Pack up your things. Give me the key later. Just leave it at the door on my side. Uncle will send you the remaining money. Great, thanks Uncle Zhang. Pack up all the bedding and clothes. Make sure to keep the keys safe. Send Uncle Zhang a few photos. Just leave now. You finally finished your busy schedule. Just made a phone call to Chen Shuai. As soon as the call connected, Chen Shuai's wailing and howling came through. What the hell? What's going on? I've been waiting for you for a whole day. Then the phone finally rings. You sound cheerful. Haha, just finished busy work. Chen Shuai teased. Hearing your tone, you seem very happy. You chuckled. Well, of course. All debts settled. What do you think? Shining brightly in sleep. What the hell did you do? You not only made so much money for me, you not only slow, your debt has been paid off. Not paid off. A total debt of 200,000. Now there is only 20,000 left. Then Chen Shuai said in confusion, isn't it you who told me about this situation? How do I repay you this 200,000? You said nonchalantly, no rush, whenever you have it. Slowly repay is fine. Not repay is fine. Upon hearing this, Chen Shuai was speechless. Finally, he trembled and said slowly, in the past few years, I made some coins. I almost forgot. I fell down a few days ago and suddenly had money. Chen Shuai Miao knows what's up. Getting rich is great. Let's save money well in the future. We all need to find a way to live. You said boldly. Just let things go. Why be afraid? Hey, I need to go make money. Get lost. Hey, he chuckles. Hung up the phone. Arrived at an office building. You parked the car, then took the elevator up the building. You used to be just an ordinary office worker. Cows, horses, dogs. Now that you have money, you're actually resigning. Go up this broken board. Just go up. Arriving at the office, you directly found your superior. Manager Zhao, I want to resign. Manager Zhao was quite surprised. What's wrong? I noticed you didn't come to work this morning. Is something wrong? You are in a normal company. The atmosphere there is also okay. There is not too much office politics. The workload has always been large. Overtime is frequent. The salary is not high nor low. You shake your head and say, it's nothing. Just finished before. Just sold something these days. So in planning to resign, Manager Zhao suddenly realized. He patted your shoulder and said, all right, since you want to leave, I can't stop you either. Let's meet again in the future. Thank you, Manager Zhao. Manager Zhao waved his hand and said, it's nothing, but the process still needs to be followed. Your resignation report. Then, I will let the finance department calculate. There is no conflict or twists. The manager readily agreed. Then I bid farewell to Manager Liu and colleagues, and then wrote a resignation report. After submitting it, I left the company. However, within minutes, a colleague rushed up excitedly and said, do you know what I saw downstairs? I saw Chudu driving a Ferrari. The Ferrari office exploded in an instant. Discussions were sparked one after another. You left easily in the car. Since you have money, you decide to start enjoying your poetic life from now on. First, go change into a set of clothes. The outfit you are wearing now is not considered cheap, but it's definitely not high-end either. Just ordinary ones that cost $200 to $300 each. After all, the days of saving every penny to pay off debts are over now. feeling relieved. There's no need to mention these anymore. You don't really understand the consumption of luxury goods. I heard that some things need to be purchased and also verified. It's very troublesome, but it doesn't matter. Now you are a rich person. He can find professionals to help him solve it. For example, a bank, you immediately dialed Zhao Chan's phone number. President Zhang, I want to ask a question. Our bank and some high-end luxury goods, is there any cooperation? Zhao Qian proudly said, Mr. Chu, please rest assured. In the Divine Empire, this area, on the ground, our commercial bank can almost get involved in any aspect. You just need to tell me your needs. You satisfiedly said, I want to go buy some luxury goods now. I want our bank to contact these partners to see where is suitable. Eyes lit up. Immediately said, all right, Chu, he'll arrange for you to meet a busy person in our bank. He usually works closely with these merchants. He will take you there. What do you think? Indeed, money talks. You replied, no problem. I'll wait for your message. Less than 3 minutes after hanging up the phone, an unfamiliar call came in. Hello, may I speak to Mr. Chu? A pleasant voice came through, carrying a touch of charm and elegance. You softly replied, yes, it's me. Mr. Chu, Your Highness. Hello, I'm Zhao, the branch manager of Shenzhen Commercial Bank, arranging shopping guidance for you. I'm an employee of the commercial bank. We met last night for dinner. My name is Wang Xinyo. Wang Xinyo, you just thought about it for a moment and knew who it was. It's you. This request is not difficult for acquaintances. Wang Xinyo continued. Mr. Chu, if you want to buy some luxury goods, I recommend the International Grand Gateway. It's quite comprehensive here. The quality is also very good. All right, let's go there. I happen to be driving there. When we pass by the bank, you can come with me. That would be troublesome for you. Mr. Xu is very grateful. I am also honored to be able to help you. After hanging up the phone, Wang Xinyuan started touching up her makeup. He remembered last night's dinner party very clearly. He swiped $1 billion in just one day, although he doesn't know what this tycoon bought. This is this morning, in the meeting room. He was there the whole time serving tea and pouring water, helping out with odd jobs. He could see everything clearly. Just the 2 buildings are worth 30 billion. There are also several hundred billion in other contracts. In front of this young master, money is like the bank of heaven and earth. Just swipe it casually in his 4 years of work. He has also seen many tycoons, but has never seen such a super rich person before, and your appearance gave him a glimmer of hope. Following such a big shot, even if they only play for themselves for 2 or 3 years, the money that leaks out is enough to live a worry-free life for the rest of his life. But whether he can win over, he has not the slightest confidence. Adjusting her appearance, he arrived at the bank entrance. In just a few minutes, you arrived. Wang Xinyue immediately sat in the front passenger seat. As soon as she got in the car, Miss Wang Xinyuan warmly and gently said, Mr. Chu, hello. You had already assessed him before he got on the car. Now he's sitting beside you. Seeing him more clearly, his figure is excellent, quietly giving him a thumbs up in your heart. Realizing that you were assessing him, Miss Wang Xinyue was secretly delighted. She slightly turned her face, casually flipped her long hair. Even more charming, you were driving, casually asked, are you very familiar with luxury goods? Related to your expertise. Wang Xinyue immediately confidently said yes, because the business over here often collaborates with many luxury stores. Plus, I myself also quite like these, so I know more about them. Looking at Wang Xinyue's exquisite beauty, your heart ripples. Just yesterday morning, before swiping the money, I was just an ordinary person, a mother in society, an ordinary company employee, following the normal path. Wang Xinyuan would never take a second look at you in this lifetime. But now, Wang Xinyuan is so gentle. Attitude is very low, showing a rare, unique, gentle demeanor. The car quickly arrived at the International Mixi Mall. The two got off and walked towards the mall. A Ferrari supercar parked here, but no other novel appeared. Many brainless onlookers. Instead, many people just taking photos and leaving. deep rhythm. Soon everyone is busy with life. Who has the time to keep looking around and comment for a long time? After getting off the car, you sneakily observed Wang Xinyue while walking, approximately 1.68 meters tall. Well-proportioned figure, graceful body. Wearing high heels makes you about 1.72 meters tall, and Wang Xinyue is secretly observing you. Wearing plain clothes, all are inexpensive goods worth a few hundred, not in line with your super wealthy status. Of course, maybe it's low-key, as Wang Xinyue introduces you, while taking you into the International Wansheng, a top-level shopping mall in the depths of the city. Almost all luxury brands you can think of are sold here. Mr. Fen is here. You just said you want to buy men's clothing and watches. Then I recommend Hermes, Armani, and Zegna. All very good. Includes business and leisure styles. Suitable for successful young people like you. If it is about choosing a wristwatch, can choose brands like Patek Philippe, Vacheron Constantin. You only have a slight understanding of these brands. Thought and said that line. Go check out Genoa. Just stepped into the Genius store. Several salesmen immediately came up. Luxury brand store. There are not many people, so they are all relatively leisurely. Wang Xinyue took the initiative to step forward and said she understood. This is our bank's VIP. Mr. Chu came today to buy some clothes. This is Manager Lai. She is wearing work clothes. Smiling and saying, Mr. Chu, welcome your visit. Do you have any favorite styles? Do you need me to recommend some for you? Li and Wang Xinyue have worked together a lot. They are also quite familiar. She has never seen Wang Xinyue bring a bank's VIP to buy clothes. It is conceivable. This seemingly plain-dressed Mr. Chu, definitely super rich. As for the rich, what are you wearing like this? He doesn't understand very well, but it does not affect his enthusiasm. You probably scanned the clothes in the store, then said, according to my figure, take 4 sets of clothes, 2 sets of business, 2 sets of casual. Sister Lai immediately said, okay. Mr. Chu, please wait a moment. As a sales clerk, they often match clothes for customers. Naturally very good at. Just took a quick look at your figure, and then you could choose the outfit. All the clothes were taken away in the end. You immediately changed into a casual outfit, then packed the old clothes, and directly threw them into the disposal box outside. Of course, you didn't just choose this brand. There are also Hermes, Dior, Armani, and a few other brands, adding up to nearly 20 sets, including all 4 seasons. And 2 styles, business and casual. Spend a total of 1.5 million. You are spending money without hesitation at the moment. After all, you have more than 8 billion. Why panic at all? These money systems are at the time of leaving. For your safety, not all mentioned in your card at once. Currently, there are 50 billion in your commercial bank card. And the remaining money is all in overseas financial institutions. As you wish, you can send an amount to a number 12345678890. The money will be transferred immediately. Do not ask why. That is a counterfeit currency system. The clothes have been changed. You still plan to buy a watch. These are all basic combinations. Previously no money, also not talked. Now have money. Don't force yourself to be wronged. It's not a plot like Urban Dragon King or War God. Why dress so sloppily? Forcibly disgusting. Talking about watches. Of course it's recommended Patek Philippe. After all, this brand should be the first in watches. Buying Patek Philippe watches. Some need to be verified. Some don't need to. But with Wang Xinyue's set, naturally, this process is not needed. After looking at many, you finally pick out the watch you want. Patek Philippe. Super complex function. Actual series 63001 watch. Blue dial and sapphire crystal glass. Material looks extremely magnificent. Of course, the price is also expensive. Zuzushan 1.5 million. You can directly swipe your card. Wang Xinyue next to you is envious. She also wants to live a luxurious life. Watching you spend money extravagantly, she gets intoxicated. But she also knows it's just a dream. Dreams and reality are 2 different things. Coming out of the Patek Philippe store, you are already in luxurious clothing. All top luxury brands. 还有定级名表. Of course, I bought a lot of clothes as well. You asked the store to send it back to you. Otherwise, you can't take so many clothes. Looked at the time. It's already after 12 o'clock. Do you also feel a bit hungry? You turn your head to look at Wang Xinyue next to you. Is there any nice restaurant nearby? Just inviting you for a meal. Just consider it as a tip for your hard work. The king's eyes brightened at the sight of the moon. Said, see your taste. There is hot pot here. Japanese-style Cantonese cuisine, Sichuan cuisine, etc. are all available. You haven't eaten anything upscale before. I can only talk about it based on what I see from you. Do you have any recommendations? Wang Xinyue pondered for a moment. Speaking of it, there is a Western restaurant here that is quite good. It's just the price. He looks at you carefully, not sure what you think. Although some people spend money like water, it's all about buying clothes and watches for themselves, but it may not necessarily be worth a meal. You casually say, let's go. Indeed, the Western restaurant is very expensive. You roughly glanced at the menu. 2 steaks cost thousands of dollars. If you are just to experience a wealthy life, resignation will not consider the price. After all, you can't eat at Linyi every meal, right? The red wine here is good too, but you still have to drive. He didn't drink. The taste of the steak is good, but you always feel that it's not as good as Chinese food. It feels strange. It's like a savage eating beef. Casually adding some seasonings, a side of egg and noodles is enough. The beef is not tender. In the future, I can't eat out every time. You still need to consider hiring a chef. Also, the cleaning at home requires someone. Of course, this is not urgent, because you haven't decided which house to pay for yet. Seeing that almost finished the meal, Wang Xinyue still couldn't establish an intimate relationship with you. He was a little anxious. Please note that you are not his responsible customer. Currently, you have not designated anyone as your bank assistant, so the 10 of them are competing desperately. If missed today, what if someone else is chosen next time? Watching you bow your head to eat, Wang Xinyue gets angry first. He just doesn't believe that men have things that can't be talked about,